if you're hearing that sound, that means that it's obviously a podcast. Next year, I've got to figure this camera thing out because I'm always looking at the bottom of the tablet, but I need to be looking at the top of it. So I'm going to figure this out before the season next year begins. Christopher Walker is joining me via satellite phone. He's coming in from a little small town called Jacksonville, Florida. How you doing there, Christopher Walker?
Doing pretty good. I don't have a swing set next to me, so I ought to be coming in crystal clear.
Yeah, last week, man, the swing set, I think, caused like a chain reaction of just ultimate anger, and I think a few babies got punched randomly in different places across the Great Plains of Arizona. So next time, don't be using a freaking swing set that has not had a WD-40 bath. Okay?
That was a one-off. Won't happen again.
Yeah. All right. Remember, look at the top. All right, so let's go ahead and break this down again. Like I told you over the phone, I am just not prepared. Yesterday was Labor Day. By the way, happy Labor Day, everybody. Belated. Got to spend Labor Day with half the league. Nick, Eric, Ray, Shane, Reeder were all present at a little pool party event. We were drinking Mai Tais and tequila shots no, we weren't. But anyways, dude, let's talk about week 21 and then we'll get into week 22. I know you're super excited about talking about that. Let's go ahead and break down last week's matchups. We'll start from the bottom to the top. I don't know if maybe you're in a position, but can everyone please, where you are right now, give Mr. Keith Davis a round of applause for pulling out the victory. Good job, Keith. Look at you, 6'4" over Nick. Last week, I was sitting there talking about how Nick might have an opportunity at the playoffs, and Keith said, "No, you didn't." No, you need to finish it, bud.
So this is how it happens. Keith has the pitching talent to rival Nick, and he just had he had the upper hand this week, and totally dominated batting stats, which is much more likely against a Nick team.
Yeah.
No offense, but, her strength is her pitching. And not only was Keith able to get an upper hand there, but also finish the job on the batting side. Now, having said that, I don't know the tiebreaker situation between Nick and Eric. So Eric is currently in 6th. He's 24 and a half games back in first place. Nick is in 8th. She is 34 and a half games back. That means she's 10 games back from Eric, which means she has to win 10-0 and Eric has to lose 10-0. The only way she can make the playoffs in that scenario is if she has the tiebreaker on Eric. And I'm currently pulling that up right now. We're doing it live.
Doing it live. Coming at you live.
All right, I'm pulling up Nick's schedule right now. There you are, Nick. And week 3, she beat Eric 7-3 and lost in week 13 4-5, which means overall she has the head-to-head tiebreaker over Eric. She is not eliminated.
Whoa. So, but let's just be all serious here. We all pretty much understand that a 10-0 and a 0-10 is okay. If that happens, we all need to go buy a scratch off and.
Oh, that's not it. There's more to it.
Oh.
So not only does she have to win 10-0, and Eric has to lose 10-0, she also has to hope that I lose by a score of 7-3 or greater. Because remember, I'm 7 games up on Nick as well.
Oh, okay.
She needs me to lose as well.
Okay. So, we've got to have the stars aligned, just everything. So I think I'm going to go out on a limb here, and I'm going to say, with all this information that has been factually given to me, Nick, you're not making the playoffs. Okay. All right. So moving on, the Pokenis house suffered not one but 2 losses in this past week of week 21. Very close matchup between Robbie and Shane. Shane still holding on to that 4th place position, but Robbie took the victory, not single-handedly, but Shane's offense was vastly greater.
Was it actually? I'm sitting there looking at the stat. Was it?
No. The only thing that was different was 15 RBIs, but he had a 281 OBP. So, no. Home runs were really close. 4 runs divided one another. So, both of these teams look like, they're priming up for the playoffs. Batters are taking a little bit of a break, and come week 23, they're going to be ready to go. Yes? No?
Sure. I have no idea.
All right. Well, maybe you have an idea on this. Josh didn't play a full roster. Now, granted, he did have Kyle Gibson sitting there waiting on Sunday. And then, of course, baseball doing what baseball does best, just throws you a curveball. And because of that, a technicality in innings not being pitched swayed the wins and the saves plus holds to yours truly, Eric, therefore giving him a 7-3 victory. Your thoughts?
That was garbage, number 1. So I played Josh. I never got a pitching inning limit bonus like Eric did. So Eric can thank his lucky fucking stars. Look at his pitching numbers. They are atrocious.
They were terrible.
Against every team in the league with those numbers.
Yeah. Again, maybe he's one of those teams that's priming up, getting ready. They're getting out their shit, and they're getting ready to come down the stretch with something a little bit better. However, at the beginning of last week, you were behind 2. Now you're behind 3. Moving on to Reader versus Bill. And Reader taking the cake on this one. What's it going to feel like not having Reader in the playoffs this year? Are you think you're going to be all right?
It's going to feel just like the year before.
Yeah?
Yeah.
No different?
I mean, he's only been to the playoffs once, right?
Right.
All right. It's going to feel like the other years.
Well, Reader's only been in the league 1 year, man. So
that's not true. The year before he won the championship, he was in the league.
Has Reader been in the league 2 years? Or 3?
This is his year.
I don't know about that, man.
He didn't win the championship his first year.
I'm pretty sure that's the whole big deal. Like, he's... Oh, okay, yeah. Since 2016, so he won last year. I got you.
Yes.
Okay, my bad. Sorry, little bit of... I didn't know. I forgot. I'm sorry. All right. Yeah, something's going on here. All right, moving on to your victory over me wife. I keep saying it, man. I'm about tired of your freaking team. I'm about tired of your numbers. I'm just tired of it. I'm tired of seeing you, and I'm tired of seeing your stats.
No, listen. Here's what I'm tired of. Give me a second to talk here. I'm tired of every single opponent having their damn best week when I'm trying to win the fucking game. All right? Ray has managed to eke out some stats that I did not want her to eke out. It's frustrating. Shit.
I mean, I have no sympathy for you. But bottom line is, I mean, you had a pretty decent batting categories, basically carried by your little rookie Torres, and then Matt Chapman having an all-star year, and of course Anthony Rizzo, who couldn't find the fucking broadside of a building a couple of weeks ago, now is just hitting everything. Fuck that guy. Fuck all your guys. Fuck your team. Oh, man. But, you know, bottom line is you didn't take a huge victory, and I will say that pretty much, like, coming down the stretch of last week, I was just sitting there whispering, "Get him, Ray. Get him, Ray. Get him, Ray." And all right, last but not least, mine and Jason's matchup. I was just sitting back, cracking my knuckles, just like, Jason, you don't belong in the same regular season matchup with me, buddy. Okay? Yeah. Now, I will stop and say I am not having a very productive last few weeks from my All-Stars. You know, Jose Ramirez has not hit a home run, I believe, in over a month. Maybe.
I feel so sad for you.
Yeah, this is terrible, man. My world is changing. I don't know what to do or to say. It's going to make it feel better, make it go away. But, yeah, I don't think he's had a home run in a while. All right, the last home run he had was on August 17th. So we're going to need to see some more from that guy. So not quite a month, but, you know, it's not too much for comfort.
Hitting 30 homers and 30 stolen bases is not good enough for you.
He hasn't gotten 30 stolen bases yet, bruh. So why don't you pump the brakes? 29. He has not had a 30 for 30 season yet, okay? So.
Okay, well, okay. Whatever.
So, shut your mouth, bruh. Matt Carpenter kind of is, you know, pulling back a little bit. Paul Goldschmidt. But I will say, let me just go ahead and say, woo-wee, Christian Yelich. Woo! Oh, man. Dude, I didn't realize how big of a deal it was when I looked at the stats. When I woke up that morning and I saw 6 for 6. And I saw the stat line, and I'm like, okay, it wasn't really, it was like, what, 2 home runs, or 2 runs, a home run, 3 RBIs or something like that. And then I was like, whoa, that dude hit for the cycle, went 6 for 6, and basically won them the game. And I started pulling up as he started progressing through the week. If it wasn't for this motherfucker on their team in the last, week and a half, Milwaukee would be looking at a different opinion of themselves and maybe thinking about next season and not about the postseason. So they better be giving him a little contract extension or maybe sending some prostitutes near and dear to his locker because homeboy was dropping bombs and helping them win maybe a pennant race. So,
well, I mean, the Brewers are still 3 or 4 games back of the Cubs.
Fuck the Cubs. Oh, man. All right. So, you know, I had a few thoughts. Have we gotten any more word yet on whether or not we're getting rid of catchers? I'm just kind of curious. Are we done with catchers now? Can we go ahead and close that chapter?
That seems kind of like a pipe dream. Just like trying to get rid of relievers. That might be a bridge too far, my friend. We'll have plenty of time to talk about it.
All right. Well, I want to go ahead and put this in your ear, okay? All right? I'm going to go ahead and throw this back out there. We can go ahead and have another starting talking point. I want wins gone. I want wins gone, okay? I've been sitting there with these pitchers that are pitching gems, okay? Giolito pitches for Boston, or against Boston, and because his sorry-ass little Chicago White Sox team didn't decide to do anything, he gets 8 strikeouts against arguably the best lineup in baseball, and he doesn't get anything other than a great ERA and a beautiful-looking whip. But yeah, dude, and that's just minute, okay? I'm referring only to my team. Ray is looking with Jacob deGrom, who is a potential, if not Cy Young Award winner. And because this motherfucker is on the New York Mets, she's not getting anything when it comes to counting stats that are worth a damn. I want quality starts back. That's the last bid.
Look, it's like, pick your poison, right? I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm a sabermetrics kind of guy. Wins are not a skill. It's not a talent of a pitcher to have a high number of wins, because you have very little control over whether you win or lose, like over the commensurate with your talent. Let's put it that way. Now, we tried the quality starts thing for a couple years, and as baseball has trended more towards relievers, starters have thrown less and less innings. We thought that qualifying for wins was hard. Just trying to get 5 innings out of a starter, try getting 6.
Whatever.
I'm just saying, quality starts is going to be even worse when it comes to, oh, my guys pitched 5.2 innings. And you know where baseball is trending. It's trending 8 from quality starts.
All right, well then, okay. So then I challenge you, sir. I challenge you to go out there and find me a rudimetrics that will be suitable to balance the equation.
We've been trying for 5 years, bro.
Well, clearly you need to try harder, bruh.
I'm waiting for a suggestion that we haven't tried before.
That's what I'm talking about. Is there a third?
To do it.
What? You want me to do it?
I want a suggestion that we haven't tried before.
Is there another option?
We've definitely had this conversation.
All right. Well, you know what? Between the weed that I smoke and the copious amounts of alcohol that I consume, or actually it's the secondhand weed smoke that I'm around. But okay. So, all right. Well, later discussion. All right. But here we go. All right. Here it is. It's week 22. Christopher Walker.
Yeah.
That's the last week of the regular season. And right now, this is looking shaky. Eric is losing 7-1 against Bill. Your thoughts?
I'm happy that Bill has his batting get off to a hot start, because that is the thing I'm kind of worried about. I'm also a little worried that he's going to have some shitty pitcher drop a turd on his number. Let me set the stage for you. All right, so I'm 3 games behind Eric. That means if Bill beats Eric 6-4 and I beat you 7-3, it will not be good enough to get into the playoffs. If Bill beats Eric 7-3 and I beat you 6-4, it will not be good enough to get into the playoffs. I have to do better than that to get into the playoffs. And against you, and expecting that much of Bill, those are long odds, friend. Those are not odds I would take.
All right, so am I hearing that you feel that you will not be making the playoffs?
I think I'm going to Dobson very early this week is what I think you're hearing.
You're going to need to watch the podcast to receive the message that I'm sending to you right now. Okay? All right.
So, like, delayed message. All right, that's fine.
Yeah, you're going to have to get it later. Well, we'll just see, sir. Okay? We'll just see. I will say that, again, it brings me joy down in my heart to know that this year I will at least finish in the top 4. It brings me another separate side of joy to see Ray in the playoffs. I do not think, if I think back, I do not think that Ray and I have ever been in the playoffs together. I may be wrong.
Now, remember when she took over for Jacob? Were you in the playoffs that year?
I was.
So there you go.
Okay, so we have been.
And she made the championship.
Okay, that's right. She did. She went into the second round, and she was 6th place in 2013. But since then, the last 3 years, she's been 12th, 10th, and 9th. So if anybody has risen from the bottom and now they here, that would be her.
Correct.
So, welcome, Ray Ray. Let's see. Anything you wanna talk about real quick? Anything to do with baseball? I'm trying to think, man. Coming down the stretch, it looks like the Braves are gonna have to just wait until the very last pitch of the last game between the Phillies to decide whether or not they want to make it into the postseason.
I don't like their odds.
I don't either, man. So many people, will cram down your throat the fact that they have like all this fantastic offense. I don't see it, man. I disagree. I think they've got Acuna, Freeman, and Camargo, and that's barely even Camargo. Outside of that, the only person I'm seeing that may be helpful is Markakis, but I don't like Culberson, really. I don't like Dansby Swanson. They clearly got something wrong with going out and getting Duvall. Then they went out and got busted up Lucas Duda. Their bullpen sucks balls. You got to basically say like 50 Hail Marys for whatever relief staff comes in, that they're just going to complete a game to get a save and a hold. I don't know, man. I think when looking at the National League, I think it's going to be the Cubs. I think it's going to be Milwaukee. I think it's going to be St. Louis. I think it's going to be the Dodgers. And then outside of that, it's a toss-up. Good luck.
I'm going to go with the Phillies as that last one.
Yeah. Okay. Who do you think? Let's go ahead and make our predictions now. I want to go ahead and get this out in the open.
Wait. Before you get into it.
Okay.
Let me mention one thing you came across. You said the Braves picked up Lucas Duda. So this was waiver trades, right? This
Right.
was the deadline that just passed on August 31st. The Braves get Lucas Duda. Then you look at a top-class organization like the Cardinals, who are in a very similar position to the Braves, and they have a decision to make about which way they want to go. They went out and got Josh Donaldson.
Yeah.
The fact that the Braves have an empty hole at third base and did not go and get Josh Donaldson tells you all you need to know.
Yeah. It was a very questionable call, man, on their part. Clearly, St. Louis is like, look, we're getting Adam Wainwright back. Despite what he may be able to do on the mound or may not be able to do, I feel like that he's got leadership quality. They've got a young pitching staff as well with Gant, with Flattery. I think they've got, the pieces that are needed, and then Donaldson can come in and, take over when they're playing the American League rules. He can DH and give some other guys some rest. So I'm with you, man. When I heard that trade, I was like, fucking Braves, man. They're it's like every team that I support, they have a consistent way of just always being the same letdown. Like the Gators, man. All right, we know we're going to run it up the middle on a fucking 3rd and 15. We're going to run the goddamn ball. It's like, all right, we need a relief pitcher. You know what? We're going to get a fucking outfielder. We need a relief pitcher, but we're going to get an outfielder. Let's do that. Because he's going to come in and pitch only when we're down 75 runs. So, another fun one, man. American League. Boston, Cleveland, Houston pretty much got it on lockdown. I'm going to go ahead and say it, man. I'm going on record. I think I've already said it. I'm pulling for Oakland, man. I want the A's to do it.
I am too, man.
I want them to do it so bad. I'm ready to see that budget actually take every single one of those high-priced motherfuckers down. This is the year. This is the year. It's got to be. Has to be the year. 2018. Let's go. Only problem is, man, they had a few injuries to their pitching staff. Mania going down. And that Brett Anderson.
I think they'll be okay because of the strategy they're going for. And once again, they made a move that the Braves should have because they got Aurelius Familia on the cheap. Because if the Braves are going to do this whole, be tight with their money and their prospects kind of deal, then they sure went and got Familia and bolstered the bullpen somewhat. And yes, the Athletics don't need Familia. They have the best bullpen in the majors. What they realize is, well, our starting pitching is subpar, and we're going to start to do what the Rays are doing and go reliever heavy every now and then to make up for it. So I think that's how they're going to make up for the loss of Manaea.
All right, so I know I had said just a little while ago, prediction time. Let's go ahead and make our predictions. Week 22 in our fantasy league. Who you got winning the American League going into the World Series? Who you think?
I like the Astros, but they kind of underperformed this year.
Yeah.
And I'm going to have to go with the Red Sox because they've got everything.
All right. They got pitching. They got bats. They've got arguably two of the best baseball players in baseball with J.D. Martinez and Mookie Betts.
And look at the Indians. Their past strength was the bullpen. Like, they had damn good batting, damn good pitching, but they had this unstoppable gauntlet of a bullpen that once you got to the seventh inning in a playoff game, you could not get through those motherfuckers. Their bullpen is crumbling this year.
Yes, sir, it is. As much as we would like to see Oakland do it, I think we're both realists and say that Boston's going all the way to the World Series. National League, who you got?
This is harder.
Ooh.
Because there's a lot more competition in the National League at the top, anyways.
Yeah.
It kind of comes down to the Cubs and Dodgers for me. I'm going to go with the Cubs. I think the Dodgers will meet them in the league championship series.
Yeah. You know what? I'm going to go Team Pokenis. I want to see the St. Louis Cardinals in there, man. I think that they're going to be able to pull some things together. Yeah, they're on a 3-game losing streak right now. But I think it's going to be them, man. I don't think Arizona has the mindset. It feels like every time they get close to the postseason around this time, their bats can't find the ball, and Colorado just really relies solely on the fact that they play in Colorado. They've got a little bit better of a pitching staff, no doubt. But I don't know, man. I think that the moving pieces might be in St. Louis, man. So, I don't know. We'll see.
What do they have better than the Cubs and Dodgers?
Maybe youth on the mound. You know, like I said, Flattery and Gant and You know, I honestly I don't know who their relief pitcher is though in St. Louis, so maybe you can help me out with that one.
That would be Bud Norris, who sucks hard.
Yeah.
But they also got Jordan Hicks waiting in the wings. I think the youth thing is actually a negative in a playoff game.
Oh yeah.
Personally.
Okay. Yeah. Well, maybe we'll get the chance to see, man. I don't know. But either way, man, I'm glad we did this. Maybe we'll do it again next week after we get a little bit clearer. We'll do it let's do it for the rest of the season, man. We only got 3-4 weeks left, so
yeah, why not?
Yeah, why not? We'll make a prediction right now. We'll make a prediction next week, and we'll keep going on with the dictions. And I'll get a dictionary while I'm at it. Fuck you, Nick, Shane, everybody. Fuck all y'all with me and my vocabulary. Fuck y'all. Anyways, man, good talking to you, dude. We managed to fill in 30 minutes. I know we didn't break down the players of last week. And, bottom line is we're in the final week of this season. It is coming down to the wire for some teams, man. This guy right here on the phone, my loving dove, Mr. Eric Croft is, sitting there on pins and needles.
Hey, don't underestimate the possibility of Shane or Robbie dropping completely out of the standings. They haven't clinched anything.
It's there, man. I know it is. That's what I'm saying. You guys aren't the only two teams, man. This is big. This is huge. This is King Kong dick size.
Yes.
All right. Well, Mr. What's her name? Jane? Isn't that King Kong and Jane?
What are you referring to?
Huh?
What are you referring to?
I said King Kong dick size. So this week is King Kong dick. I'm saying that you are Jane. You are King Kong's bitch.
I am not taking that King Kong dick. You are.
You're taking that dick. You're taking it. All right, man. Way to finish off how Ray likes to talk to me sometimes with that line. Oh, you're taking that dick. Oh, man. All right, week 22, man. I'm not saying anything. Best of luck to you like that. You already know my ultimate desire is to watch you burn in flames on your way to the consolation.
That's it. When you're the best, you have a target on your back.
Yeah, big old fat ass target on my back. Number 1, baby. Number 1. Couldn't stop me. Yeah, I know you guys are coming for me. Anyways, it's been a great show. Hope you guys enjoyed this 33-minute long waste of your life. We'll see you on the flip side, first week of the playoffs. Chris, enjoy that King Kong size dong all up in your mouth.
Love you, man.
Love you too, man. Later on. Goodbye.